Welcome to IDST. Let's explore an important topic shaping the future of defense and global security. I'm the founder and director of International Defense Security and Technology, a California-based nonprofit think tank dedicated to research and analysis on global defense, security, and emerging technologies. I also serve as CEO of Interplanix LLC, a New Mexico-based company advancing satellite risk analysis, orbital debris forecasting, and space security frameworks to ensure mission assurance and resilience. Previously, I served in leadership roles at India's Defense Research and Development Organization, DRDO. Most recently as Director of the Systems Analysis, Modeling, Safety, and Quality Cluster at DRDO Headquarters, New Delhi. This channel brings you deep insights into the global security ecosystem, from geopolitics and emerging military technologies to cyber, space, and system-level analysis of tech trends and their interrelationships. Subscribe and join us as we decode the forces shaping the future of global defense and human security.
Imagine standing by a quiet harbor. No fumes, no rumble, just the gentle hum of a ship gliding across the water. That's not science fiction. That's the promise of ship electrification, a game changer for both our planet and our ocean soundscape. Hi there, and welcome. Today we are diving into how the electrification of ships is shaping a cleaner, quieter maritime future and why that matters more than ever for the environment, the economy, and even national security. Let's start with the big picture. Ships carry about 90% of the world's trade. But with that scale comes pollution, from greenhouse gas emissions to underwater noise that disturbs marine life. That's where electric propulsion comes in. By moving away from fossil fuels, we are not only reducing carbon emissions, but also tackling the often overlooked problem of noise pollution. So, what does the data say? A recent study on diesel-electric hybrid ferries found that switching to fully electric mode significantly cuts airborne noise. That's great news for people living near ports: less low-frequency rumble, better sleep, healthier communities. But here's the twist. The same study found that underwater noise didn't decrease much between hybrid and fully electric modes. Why? Because it's not just the engines, it's also the hull shape, and especially the propellers, that create noise beneath the surface. Propeller cavitation, those tiny vapor bubbles that form and collapse, still generates loud acoustic signatures that disturb marine life. Now, this brings us to a surprising link. The military. Quiet propulsion isn't just eco-friendly, it's strategic. Submarines and naval vessels rely on silence to stay undetected. Excessive underwater noise makes stealth operations riskier and compromises sonar systems. So, electrification could offer a stealth advantage, reducing acoustic signatures, improving sonar clarity, and enhancing underwater communication networks. In other words, the Navy's ears get sharper in a quieter sea. But the potential doesn't stop at defense. Electric propulsion could also make our oceans safer for whales, dolphins, and fish that depend on sound to navigate, hunt, and survive. And if we are going to electrify ships for cleaner air, why not design them from the ground up for quieter seas too? That's where smart engineering comes in. Optimizing propeller and hull designs can drastically reduce cavitation. At the same time, onboard soundproofing and generator placement can cut down persistent low-frequency noise that still lingers even with electric power. These tweaks help make both underwater and airborne environments healthier. What about policy? Well, this isn't just about upgrading ships. It's about a complete rethink. Maritime regulations need to address both emissions and noise. That means incentivizing silent tech, establishing acoustic standards, and integrating noise into environmental assessments. It's a dual challenge, but one with a shared solution. In short, ship electrification isn't just about going green, it's about going quiet. For port communities, for marine life, and for strategic naval operations, this technology holds promise far beyond emissions reduction. As the maritime industry accelerates toward a zero-emission future, it must also steer toward quieter oceans. Because in the end, a truly sustainable sea isn't just clean, it's calm. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned as we continue exploring how innovation is transforming our world from the depths of the ocean to the frontiers of science.